Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper beautiful, and super duper delicious. What do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads. You're lovely and bright. Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are feeling super duper wonderful wherever you are in the world. Okay, so can I just please send all my love to you all? Okay, my little babies. Now, this is my final video now, so I just need to speed ahead here really quickly, okay? So I'd like to get to the first one. And, you know, if you do enjoy my video, please click on the like. For those of you who happen to stumble across my videos you do enjoy, please click on the subscribe. For those of you, please feel free to share. And finally, please feel free to comment. It's always welcomed, and please and thank you, okay? My weather in the old neck of the woods in the old UK may differ in other places in the old UK, but it's very still, it's dry, a little bit chilly, okay? So that's the weather forecast. So if you could please, I want you to do this now, because this is, to me, it's telling a story, and I clock something bang bang from the flipping beginning, okay? So if you could please go onto the old YouTube in the old space bar. If you could please, sorry, please excuse me, type in Nicola Bulley, okay? With an EY on the end. To me, okay, on this one short video, okay, she had sunglasses. One was a square and one was a heart. So since when does anybody go around with sunglasses where one is a square and one is a heart, or say one is a square and one is a circle? Since when do you see anybody like that, my delicious little babies? Yes. Now, when, dear God, Jesus Christ in Nazareth, please God, when I spoke quite a while ago about somebody who'd gone missing, yes, well, I'm not being rude or disrespectful in any way. So this is no disrespect to Nicola Bulley's family or anything, yes. I'm not being disrespectful. I just say it bang bang the way it is. Well, it wasn't all that fuss with who I'd, there we go, who I'd spoken about. Jesus, I was saying to you, my delicious little babies, but I clocked something big time. And all you need to do, my little babies, is just type it into the old space bar and you'll see it come up on YouTube. But please look out for the square side and the heart side. What is this saying? And when she went missing, apparently her phone was there, but she was in the middle of a conference telephone call. Her little animals. To me, and I love little rats, this is a figure of speech, but I smelt a rat, there we go, ding ding, from the beginning. And I thought, where is this going here? What's this about? It's a bit like that Sarah Everard, okay, a while back. Now, again, I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just saying. Something made me go on Ancestry UK. I thought, you know what, something doesn't feel right here. There we go, it doesn't feel right to me. Now, usually somebody's passed away and you have to do a trial, but you can opt out of it. And I thought, well, I'll do the trial just so I can ding find the information out. Do you see what I mean? And I went on there and I wanted to see exactly when Sarah Everard, in our neck of the woods in the old UK, when she passed away. So they're giving you a different, and with the age. Well, why would you do that? Even if you couldn't give the exact date when she passed, but why would you get her age mixed up? So correct me if I'm wrong, that's all I'm saying. All I'm wanting you beautiful and delicious little babies to do out there is to please ding to use your own noddle. Now to me, I'm not, something's not feeling. And then where it says here, okay, she was 45. Well, that's 9 completion, okay? But as we know, they work with numbers. And their famous numbers, 45 or 7 and 5, 17, 6, 33. They work with numbers. Bang, bang. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? So something here's, I don't know. So I'm not being disrespectful to Sarah's family or to Nicola's family. I'm not. I'm just saying something's not rocking and rolling, feeling right to me. Okay, that's all I want to say. Now then, so, you know, I'll just say it the way it is. Okay, the next one, if you could please tap into the old space bar in old YouTube, Mark Stein. So here we go again, Mark Stein, God bless him. And then if you could please type in, please and thank you. Ofcom has killed real journalism. And then if you look in the old subscribe, it'll say Mark Stein. Now, he's absolutely flipping bang bang right here, because at the end of the day, yes, he has. That's why he never went back. There we go, to GB News. Do you see what I mean? Because when you put into that, you know, where you have to, or they're wanting you to comply just so you can earn the ka-ching. Jesus to me, and Mark Stein didn't want to do it. I do not blame the man. Good on you, Mark, I said before. But he's damn well right. This Ofcom has got in the flipping way of many who want to be or are journalists, and they cannot conduct the business the way they want to. So it's very interesting. It's only about, about a minute and something long. It's not long. Anyway, what's the other one that's... oh, yes. If you please tap into the old space bar. I'm just trying to go as quick as I can, my delicious babies. Rural home with 5.75 acres, Lincolnshire. Beautiful it is. That's again just over a minute long. I think it's about a minute and 50 something seconds long. It's not long at all, okay? And then if you look in the old subscribe, it should say Rauld Property, which is spelled R for Romeo, E for Echo, Alpha Lima, D for Delta, Rauld Property, and that's on YouTube. And if you just look at it, it's just so beautiful. When you see, the reason why I wrote it down is because when you see please and thank you, my delicious babies, that you see that they want to get us into these 15-minute cities when somebody else is sitting and looking at all those acres of land, or if they own it, yes? And this is what the putrid and their lackeys want, okay? So I just want you to take a look, my delicious babies, yes? Please share all the videos that I mention, because at the end of the day, we want to put a bloody damn stop to all of this, okay? Otherwise, you won't be able to go nowhere. Next one. And again, this is on YouTube. If you could please tap into the old space bar. Diabetes, a lucrative disease, DW documentary. And then if you look in the old subscribe, it will say DW documentary. So I'll just repeat that once again, my delicious little babies. Diabetes, a lucrative disease, yes? You know, lucrative means it's like, you know, with business. So for some of you beautiful and delicious little babies, you will know what that means. But for other delicious little babies, you will not. And that's not being disrespectful or rude, okay, in any way. But it's like if you see a business deal or you see something, yes, it's going to be lucrative, which means it's going to benefit you. Okay, there we go, okay? So that's what that means, okay? Now then, Now, this is another one, okay? So if you could please tap into the old space bar. He actually thought it was a good idea to post this, okay? And if you look in the old subscribe, it should say, we got a problem. There we go. Okay. And if you actually look at this video, you will see that it's one of ours in Parliament, the putrid piece of shite they are. Okay. And he's a putrid piece of shite. And who's right behind him? Who's promoting? Only flipping from the old flipping USA, old America, flipping Bill Gates. There we go. Please take a look at that, my delicious babies. And again, a very short video indeed. Let me have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Like I said, I've got nothing against our beautiful, dear little Americans. No, I haven't. But there's a very flipping small amount that I flipping damn well do. Do you know what I mean? And everybody else should, with what they're flipping trying to flipping project onto the world. Anyway, this is really interesting, okay? So, you've got, now if you could please tap into the old space bar, yes? Price rises show no signs of slowing down as inflation runs hot. So I should just repeat that once again, my delicious little babies. Price rises show no signs of slowing down as inflation runs hot, and that is with Neil, if you look in the order, subscribe, Neil McCoy Ward. Now, I've mentioned him a few times before, yes, because he seems to be up on things and he's getting information rather quickly, okay? So, and him and his lovely little wife, oh, they're so sweet together, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's just trying to get the information out, and all I'm trying to do is just, all I do is just whatever videos or whatever I read, I just give on the information. Just what I enjoy doing. But I just try to help everyone. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? So if you could please take a look, and thank you at that. And please, if you can listen, it's very interesting what your man there has to say. There we go, very interesting indeed. Okay. Now then, there's also, if you could please tap in the old space bar, and thank you. Breaking news. Doral, which is D for Delta, O for Oscar, R for Romeo, A for Apple, L for Lima, Doral, Florida, shelter in place. Now, and then if you look in the old subscribe, it should say Autumn's Backyard, YouTube, okay? Now, what this woman's doing, your woman there, yes? What she's giving out is apparently there's been a fire in a certain part of Florida, okay? Apparently it's been going on, there we go, for a number of days, okay? But as we very well know, if we look at Australia, if we look at different places, yes, then these fires apparently like a puff of smoke, and that's not being sarcastic, my delicious babies, they just seem to appear out of nowhere, okay? All I want to know is who's getting a ka-ching for this, okay? I already know. Now then, there's also, this is really interesting, what I came across, and I need to tick all these off. I'll do it in a minute, I'm just trying to speed ahead. This here, if you could please tap into the old space bar, this came up on my feed, yes? I live, okay, on old YouTube, I live off the waste in the UK. I live off the waste in the UK. I have saved thousands of items from the landfill. Now, this came up on my feed as well, my delicious little babies, and I thought to myself, blooming heck. I remember watching, you know, many years ago when I used to watch the box in the corner of the room, and something like this came up before. And what it was a certain party, little party, God bless them, and they used to go at a certain time. I won't say what time it is. They used to go at a certain time, and they used to go and get, you know, like food and different things. And you're talking flipping big time. If you bought it in a shop, you'd be paying ka-ching. Jesus me. And they were getting flipping bags of food. And there was one chef, and this is going back years ago now, and of course, you know, they all got wind of it, yes? And he did like a flipping banquet, like the tables from here all the way over to my flipping windowsill, of food that, you know, they have a sell-by date with like the meat and the fish and that, yes? And let me tell you, he cooked it. There we go. And there was flipping nothing wrong with it. He has a beard. I can't think of his name now. There was flipping nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the vegetables, the fish, the meat, nothing. And everybody was having a flipping feast. And that was going back flipping, I reckon it was about a decade ago when I watched it. So this sort of jogged my memory, if you know what I mean, my delicious little babies. And it just sort of brought everything back to me. It's all coming back to me now. But guess what? I'm going to be honest with you, my delicious little babies. This is so super duper flipping interesting. And you know the way your man there puts the video across, very, very, very bang. He's just banging. And I thought, what a flipping, I don't mean it in that way, my delicious little babies, what a flipping man the way he's put this together. So for most of you, my delicious little babies, you should be able to, do you understand what I mean? Sort of ding ding with your old noddle. You'll get where he's coming from. He's doing it. Everything he's doing is a reason. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes? So please. And he has 21.2 thousand subscribers. Okay? Now, is there anything else? So I've done all this. Okay? I think I've got one more. So I've got to tick them all off. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah. 2 more. Sorry, my delicious little babies. I've really gone over in my flipping videos. But like I said, once this is done, that's it then. I'm not doing any tomorrow, yes? So we've got Mark Stein again. Mark Stein. And it is... I think I said this yesterday. Oh, anyway, I'm just going to repeat it. Even Fauci is backpedaling, you know, that putrid piece of shite in America, okay? And that's Mark Stein. If you look in the old subscribe on YouTube. And finally, this is, I was listening to this morning, and this is... in the old Space Bar in YouTube, okay? And this is The Great Awakening, and that's with, if you look in the old subscribe, it'll be Richard Vobes, who I've advertised a few times before, okay? Now, what it is, he does have interesting videos, but this particular, you know, I don't think of it in any other way, I'm just saying, but he was talking to... a man, okay? And this man was explaining, it's about 50 minutes long, but what he was explaining is that, you know, his life was very different. And then, of course, you know, when we look at the last 3 years and everything, and how his life has changed and how he's seen things. Now, I do believe I can only assume, I do believe that he's been on YouTube or done videos. He said that when he does videos, it's not like he does a video every day. He puts out a video when he's got something to say. So sometimes it could be, I don't know, one day, then the next day, and then what he's saying is that other times he may not put one out for weeks. But I do believe this man's got books out, or a book out, okay? But yeah, what was really interesting, so that's all my information, my delicious babies, just before I go. So that's that. So what I'm saying to you is, what was really interesting was the way that he he was explaining, and when you look at his bow trace, you know, you look at his face and you say to yourself, you know what? You know, in his old noddle, God bless him, he's obviously been troubled by, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's learned to become, there we go, awakened. It was really interesting to listen to my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Because for everything he's done in his life, and I do believe that he went to a university and everything. Do you understand what I mean? And it's like he was trying to get across that he was done explaining that, you know, with his life, he'd learnt in a certain way. I do believe that his mother was a Jehovah's Witness. Anyway, it's really interesting to listen to, and that he's had to look at things from a different point of view. It's just really interesting. In fact, that's one of the most interesting videos that I've seen with Richard Vobe, and you know, who he was interviewing. Really interesting. The other one was constitutional law with William, I can't think of his blooming last name now. Anyway, I know who I'm talking about, but that was another really interesting video. Do you see what I mean? But like I say, I mean, Richard Vobes, I mean, he seems, you know, he seems like a pleasant man anyway. But anyway, switch my lights off now. You know, seems all right. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, he's just like anyone else, just trying to get information out, which I never knock anyone who's trying to get information out, do you know what I mean? But I do have my favourites, as everybody knows. My delicious little babies, yes I do. Do you see what I mean? And that's how I always, there we go, ding ding, stand. Do you see what I mean? So that will never change. But I just try to give out different information at different times and advertise others, because I just enjoy doing it. It's just, I just love doing it, do you know what I mean? You know, you just want to help others. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? There is something else. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Where is it? Please excuse me. That's it, okay? If you please tap into the old space bar. I knew I'd flipping forgot something, you know, right? If you please tap into the old space bar, this is really flipping interesting. It's only a video that's just over 4 minutes long. And again, this came up on my feed. It's almost like they're trying to feed me the information to give it out. That's the best way. And this one, who's, you know, the subscriber, the subs, is 1.44 million. That's how many subscribers this one has, okay? 1.44 million, okay? Comes to 5, doesn't it? Very important number. And his name in your subscribe, I'm doing this backwards, is Lecovite, Alpha Lima, E for Echo, K for Kitten, O for Oscar, V for Victor, I for Indigo, T for Thomas, E for Echo, Lecovite. Bilijic, so I'll just spell that. B for Bertie, I for Indigo, L for Lima, I for Indigo, J for Jack, K for Kitten, E for Echo, okay? And that's in your subscribe. But if you please type in, they live, and thank you, to 120, okay? They don't get cancer, okay? And here's what they eat. And they're called Kunza people. Okay? Now, that's where I've seen the old flipping apricot, which flipping jogged my memory. Do you see what I mean? But when you see... Now, these here, they live in a special place in the world, okay? And they seem to live to a very flipping old age, not like us, okay? In our neck of the woods in the old UK and other parts of the world. God bless anybody, okay? So please, if you could just please look at that, yes. And then and then what it happens is it comes up with like writing, like is it you know, because obviously it's a foreign, do you understand what I mean? And it comes up with the English, yes, but it's not very long video, but honestly, anyway, so that's all I have to say. I knew that there was something, yeah. But these flipping live for flipping, I love beautiful little donkeys. It's only figure of speech, my delicious little babies. They flipping live for flipping donkeys, yes. Do you see what I mean? And it's just that they're doing things a different way, shall we say? Okay, so anyway, so that's my video. So thank you so very much for listening. That's my last video now. So like I say, for this evening, I will not be putting any videos out tomorrow. No, I'll just have a day off. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. And then I'm back to it on Monday. Okay. So I hope that for some of you know, you may please, I beg you with the Lord of mercy, please look at some of these videos, if not all of them. You know, and please inform others. And if you do have the time to look at the videos, please share with others. Do you see what I mean? Yes? Because I never ever do anything for no reason. I keep saying this to you all, my delicious little babies, yes? Anyway, I apologise if I just look a little bit. Actually, I don't think I look too bad, actually. Do you know what I mean? It's just that every time I kept putting my old specs on, my glasses, and then taking them off, because I try not to use my glasses, but sometimes I have to, you know? But, and my barn, it kept flipping going a mess, do you know what I mean? I didn't mean to look a mess on the camera, do you understand what I mean? It's just that, you know, well, anyway, I'm not explaining myself anyway. Anyone knows that, you know, when you put glasses on, you take them off, you know. If you're a dear gentleman, you know, well, obviously, usually you got short hair, haven't you? Do you see what I mean? There's not very many who have super duper long hair. You know, they usually have short hair, so you're not going to do that. But if you're a woman, it's a different thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's going to go here and it's going to go there. Anyway, so that's all I have to say. So thank you so very much for listening to all of my videos, okay, my delicious little babies, yes. And please have a beautiful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, okay. Have a super duper delicious time. Please give the old pat on the back, a shake of the old hand, you know. Please tell your family, your friends, some of your work colleagues that you love them and they're super duper wonderful and delicious, okay? Now, until my next videos, my delicious little babies, good night, God bless, okay? Because I am really tired now. So I'm going to be retiring shortly, have a shower and get into my cot. That's what you call it. Well, that's what I call it. It's an Irish saying, you get into your cot. It means you get into your bed. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? Because not all of you will know that, okay? So, good night. God bless. Much love wherever you are, okay? Take care. My lights are coming off now. There we go. So, until my videos on, well, where are we now? Not tomorrow, the day after. Okay, so until then, good night. God bless. Much love. Thank you. Good night.